from the Lakeside Newsroom of the Henrico Citizen, your hometown news source since 2001. This is the Henrico News Minute with publisher Tom Lapis.
Republicans and Democrats picked their nominees for the special election in the 9th Senate District. We'll tell you about it in today's Henrico News Minute. For Monday, February 27th, it's brought to you today by the law firm of Barnes & Deal.
And now for the news.
Well, Democrats and Republicans both selected their nominees yesterday for the special election next month in Virginia's 9th Senate District. The Democrats overwhelmingly chose 74th District House of Delegates member Lamont Bagby of Henrico. Republicans selected Stephen Imholt. Those two will now meet in a special election for the seat on March 28th. Of course, this is the seat vacated by Jennifer McClellan, a Democrat who was elected to the U.S. House of Representatives earlier this month to fill the seat that had been held by the late Donald McEachin in Virginia's 4th District. Bagby earned more than 72% of the vote among about 6,600 ballots cast. On the Democratic side, Alexis Rogers, a former Richmond mayoral candidate, earned about 21%, and Delegate Don Adams got just over 6%. Bagby will be an overwhelming favorite in the special election for the 9th District seat. It's considered a heavily Democratic district. Henrico Schools officials last week designated 9 hard-to-staff schools as opportunity schools to provide them with additional resources for the next 3 years. That includes resources to support teacher recruitment and retention at the schools, which include the Academy at Virginia Randolph Education Center, Fair Oaks, Glen Lee, Laburnum Elementaries, and Elko, Fairfield, and Rolfe Middle Schools, as well as Highland Springs and Verona High Schools. All licensed instructional employees will be eligible for additional compensation of $3,000 a year. The schools also may receive additional administrators as well as permanent substitutes and teacher fellows, which are new positions created as part of the school system's career ladders that are designed to support new and provisionally licensed teachers. School system officials will meet with the principals of each school soon to develop specific plans for each one. The 9 schools have a combined rate of 25% or more of vacant positions and provisionally licensed staff. The announcement came as part of a larger effort by school system officials to recruit and retain teachers through career development and salary increase opportunities. The system kept fewer of its teachers last year, just about 86%, compared to its 91% retention rate during each of the 2 previous years. Competitive salaries are critical to keeping teachers, according to Chief Human Resources Officer Francine Bolden. You can read more about what the school system has planned to help keep teachers in place right now. We've got complete coverage of this announcement on henricocitizen.com. And during their meeting on Thursday, Henrico School Board members unanimously approved policies that target the health of student athletes and also approved the 2023-24 school year calendar. Along with previously planned adjustments to the calendar, a student holiday was moved from October 13th of this year to October 9th following requests by some board members. October 9th is a state holiday for Columbus Day. The 2 new policies involve the health of student athletes. One, sudden cardiac arrest prevention requires that school divisions develop and update procedures about identifying and handling symptoms that may lead to sudden cardiac arrest. It's based on guidelines adopted this fall by the Virginia Board of Education. Another policy concerned updating procedures about identifying and managing heat-related illness, also abiding by guidelines from the state. Verona District Supervisor Tyrone Nelson was charged with a motor vehicle violation on Friday morning after striking a cyclist on Osborne Turnpike in Verona. The incident happened shortly after 11:45 in the morning in the 6500 block of that road when Nelson, who was driving, attempted to pass the cyclist but struck her as both were traveling north. The cyclist was treated for minor injuries at a nearby hospital. Nelson received a summons for failing to move over and was cooperating with the investigation. A preliminary investigation by police suggested that Nelson failed to provide a 3-foot buffer when passing the cyclist. Last week, officials at Richmond International Airport stopped a Richmond woman from bringing her loaded handgun onto a flight. She had a .38 caliber gun loaded with 5 bullets. It was the third time already this year that TSA officers at the airport had stopped a loaded gun. Last time it happened a record 24 times. Today's Henrico News Minute has been brought to you by Barnes & Deal. Barnes & Deal has emerged as a highly respected family law firm over the past 3 decades with the resources, skills, and experience necessary to handle high-asset divorces and other complex family law matters across Virginia. To learn more, visit barnesfamilylaw.com, that's B-A-R-N-E-S, or call 796-1000.